I mean, I think she launched a fake Me Too allegation against him, and she's lived to regret doing it because virtually every allegation she has made has fallen apart. And so for her to be honored for doing that, to try to ruin a man over absolutely nothing, is a scandal.
Yeah.
And obviously they're looking for big stars to come here and generate pages on their magazines, but that was very wrong.
Right.
My life was influenced most by my mother, sitting here tonight, Willie Elaine McAlpin.
Oh, Blake's mother! Oh!
It was supposed to be another glamorous night in Hollywood, the Time 100 Gala, a red carpet packed with flashing cameras, polished speeches, and celebrities congratulating each other on being, well, influential. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds walked in as one of the most celebrated couples on earth, smiling, holding hands, dressed to perfection. But what happened that night didn't end with applause. It ended in chaos because Megyn Kelly took the stage and she didn't come to flatter, she came to expose. With a smile, Kelly looked around the ballroom, her voice calm but cutting. She opened her speech with what sounded like a compliment, but it quickly turned into a warning.
Blake and Ryan and her mother decided to attend the Time 100 Gala. There they are. Look, I got to be honest, they are trying so hard. All these photos are just so ridiculous. Look at the gown. This photo really took the cake for me. And I don't know if you noticed over here. Who is this woman? She is my spirit animal because she wants nothing to do with this malarkey. She's like, oh God, get me out of here. Now this one right here, you're going to see in a second, that's Leslie Sloan. There she is. Here's my hero. Whoever, I don't know who that is, but I love her stone face. And there's Leslie Stone, which we get for the first time. She doesn't tend to like to be in the press, but we're going to put her in the press. There she is with Blake's mother, Ryan, on the red carpet as they get ready for photo ops, having a good time. Look how much fun they are having at the red carpet event because, you know, that's what couples who are suffering with traumatic, crippling fear and harassment do, is they go out and smile for cameras and act like there's nothing happening. Ryan looks terrified. Like Ryan genuinely stuck between these women. All a PR stunt. I'm like uncomfortable. I'm visibly uncomfortable watching them sort of force themselves to events. So we were all asking, why are they at this event? What's actually happening?
We're here to honor influence, she said. But influence built on illusion isn't influence at all. It's manipulation. The room went silent. All eyes turned to Blake and Ryan. And then everything started falling apart. Megyn Kelly began with Blake's brand, Betty Buzz. For years, Blake had painted a charming picture, creating sparkling mixes in her kitchen, inspired by her mother's recipes. But Kelly showed messages from Blake's team revealing something very different. Push the mom angle harder, one message read. Another said, people eat that stuff up. Former employees confirmed Blake didn't develop the recipes. Hired professionals did. Blake's mom, Elaine, who was supposed to be the heart of the brand, she wasn't involved at all, except for one stage photo op. So the cute story about kitchen experiments with mom, manufactured like a commercial.
Are you going to be avoiding her inside because she's expected to be here with Ryan?
I have a feeling she's going to be avoiding me. I won't be avoiding anybody.
Yeah.
I'm good.
And what do you think of her new movie, Another Simple Favor? People are saying she's feuding with Anna. Do you believe that? Or?
I couldn't care less, but I do care when people bastardize Me Too allegations against, people who don't deserve it. And I think, notwithstanding the fact that they can lawyer up with very powerful PR people and lawyers and so on, we have to be very clear-eyed on what looks real and what doesn't and call it out when it isn't. Otherwise, no one who's actually experienced these things is going to be believed.
Well, I mean, I got to give Megyn Kelly, hold on, this is going to hurt me to say, so much credit here for basically saying, we don't care about her movie, A Simple Favor 2 or whatever. Who cares? The point is, if she made up these Me Too allegations, which Megyn Kelly rightfully says pretty much every one of her allegations has been explained away, then she's bastardizing a movement. So this gets in the way of real victims. By standing up against somebody who made something up, if she did, you are clearing the path so victims have a sort of a highway, a transportation to get to the authorities, to get to the people that can help them, whether it be to share their story and be believed. It gets rid of the boy who cried wolf, if Blake Lively is that.
And what do you think of Hugh Jackman and Taylor Swift being dragged into this? Like, do you think it's unfair or?
Well, I mean, look, either Taylor Swift is her dragon or she isn't. I don't know. That's what Blake Lively says, so I guess I'll have to take her at her word, even though I really shouldn't. So if I were Taylor, I'd speak out about it. Obviously, she's reportedly distanced herself from Blake Lively. All right.
Yeah, there it is. So Taylor Swift deciding not to comment really at all publicly about this shows that she's keeping her distance.
Then Kelly pulled back more layers. Blake had told different versions of how she got her big break. In one interview, she said she was discovered while shopping. In another, she described grinding through auditions. So which was it? Same with fitness. In some interviews, Blake claimed she hated working out and never exercised. But her social media told a different story. Private trainers, gym sessions, and fitness gurus. Then came the red carpet photos. Blake often said she styled herself for events, but stylists came forward saying she'd make one minor change, like adding a bracelet, and take full credit. One stylist said, "We were told never to contradict her public statements." Back at the gala, after Kelly's speech ended, Blake and Ryan vanished from the ballroom. Not to mingle, not for photos, to hide. Sources backstage say Blake completely broke down. She threw her phone. Ryan was pacing, making calls, clearly in panic mode. "Like that, we need to get our story straight," he said, loud enough for staff to hear. Blake started blaming her team, yelling, demanding someone be fired for not blocking Kelly from speaking. They weren't worried about hurt feelings. They were terrified of losing control. Then, Kelly took it even further into their relationship. She showed how Blake and Ryan's romantic social media posts always coincided with business announcements or film promotions. A former publicist confirmed it. Those cute posts, they're written and reviewed by PR. It's not real. Even the surprise visits, like Blake showing up on Ryan's film set, were staged. They had photographers ready. She stayed 20 minutes, took the pics, left. Then everyone thought it was adorable.
I have so much to say about the last 2 years of my life, but tonight is not the forum.
So does that mean she's going to do an Oprah interview? Oh my God, bring it on.
What I will speak to separately is the feeling of being a woman who has a voice today.
Sorry, I keep interrupting, but I got a commentary, and I'm so sick of her saying, "a woman who has a voice today," as if she didn't have a voice previously. Girl, you have one of the loudest voices I've seen in Hollywood. You stole the entire damn movie from Justin. You threatened him. "I will not promote this unless I get this. I will not do this unless you get that. I will not sign that until I get this." You have the biggest voice I've seen. I've watched far too many interviews. You're all about authorship and getting your way. So don't you dare keep trying to play like you are a woman that doesn't have a voice.
Even their supposed candid paparazzi photos, same angles, same outfits, same poses, year after year. It looked spontaneous, but it was rehearsed. Then came the most painful part, Blake's relationship with her mother. In public, Blake credits Elaine with inspiring her. She says Elaine's recipes and hard work shaped everything she is. But private messages from Blake to her marketing team told another story. Push the mother narrative for the holiday campaign. Find old photos of mom in the kitchen. Former employees said Elaine was barely involved. She came by once, took some pictures, that's it. And worse, close family friends say Elaine feels trapped, that she's uncomfortable with how Blake is rewriting her story, turning her into a struggling single mom when that wasn't true. Elaine didn't even attend 4 product launches. She was in the city. She just wasn't invited. Kelly made her next move, Blake's connection to the Me Too movement. Blake had once made vague allegations that got major attention, but Kelly questioned their truth. She said every claim Blake made had fallen apart, and if those claims were exaggerated, or worse, false, then Blake wasn't just being careless. She was hurting real survivors. Kelly didn't accuse. She asked questions, but the silence in the room was loud.
And since I could speak, because of the pain, caution, and fight of the many women who have paved the way and the men who stood beside them.
Oh, thank you all women for allowing me to take this man's movie and be a mean girl and do whatever I want. Thank you, women. I hope you're proud of me now. Are you proud, women? Let me know in the comments as you're watching.
Millions I will never know the name of, because every life, every act, big or small, affects another. Before I say more, I want to warn that I will speak about tonight covers trauma, so please feel free to step away if you need.
Yeah, just leave the gala, go into the lobby, I guess, and sorry, because I got to share a story to help my PR.
My life was influenced most by my mother, sitting here tonight, Willie Elaine McAlpin.
Oh, Blake's mother! Oh, I don't know what's worse, when celebrities need affection or if they need to have now their parents get affection.
She's an eternal optimist, and she's always leaving me messages, hooping and hollering and saying, "Woo, life's just a bowl of cherries." It's true, always. And she'll get your number tonight, and she'll leave you those messages, so please be warned.
Oh my God, steer clear. Steer clear, people.
But at her urging and her unwavering bravery, she wanted me to share with you that she is a survivor of the worst crime someone can commit against a woman.
She's using the Time 100 Gala to reveal this? Girl, did you forget you had a whole movie about this that you refused to talk about? That literally, someone's like, what do people do if they have this and they want to talk about the subject matter? Oh, they can get my social security number or my location share. I don't know. Like, you did everything in your power to avoid this topic. And you had a mom who went through it. And now you're dropping it out during this whole drama that's backfired on you. And you thought this is the time and place? And how convenient that People Magazine's there with their iPhone to catch and post this evening. Oh my God, this is ridiculous.
Soon after, Taylor Swift, who was once close friends with Blake, stopped commenting on Blake's posts. A subtle but clear signal she was distancing herself. As for Ryan, he canceled a scheduled appearance on a talk show. The excuse? A throat infection. But staff said his team had begged producers not to mention Kelly's speech. When they refused, Ryan pulled out. Then came the PR response. Just hours after the gala, Blake posted a wholesome photo on Instagram, her baking with her kids. Oh, right? But insiders revealed that photo wasn't spontaneous. It came from a content vault of pre-staged images saved for emergencies. The next morning, multiple news outlets published glowing profiles about Blake's upcoming movies. Also not a coincidence. Then she announced a $250,000 donation to a maternal health charity. Textbook crisis management. Distract, donate, dominate the narrative. But the internet wasn't buying it. Analysts noticed thousands of fake comments showing up on Blake and Ryan's social media. Identical wording, posted in waves, clearly paid engagement to drown out criticism. And when the public started asking questions, the couple stayed silent. Behind the scenes, their team reportedly contacted journalists offering exclusive stories if they agreed to avoid mentioning Kelly's takedown.
I've watched her conceal her raw and undeserved shame my entire life. So as her daughter, being asked to share this today is monumental.
Thanks, Mom, for giving me your moment so I can look like a victim through you. This is like when Amber took her assistant's story. You guys remember? I didn't think that she could get worse, but I'm speechless.
We name it, we change it. Just as our fellow Time 100 honoree, the incredible Giselle Pellicot, put it to every woman who understood. It's not for us to have shame. It's for them.
This wasn't just about reputation, it was survival. And then came the final blow. Kelly presented side-by-side interviews showing Blake telling contradictory origin stories for her business. One day it was inspired by her grandmother. Another day, a European mixologist. The next, a gap in the market she discovered herself. It became a joke. She has more origin stories than Spider-Man, Kelly quipped. Even Blake's claim that she designed her Met Gala dress? Exposed. Kelly showed sketches and emails from 3 designers who did the work. Then came a bigger picture. Kelly said, "This isn't about one lie. It's a pattern, a career built on contradictions." A timeline was displayed, showing years of shifting stories and careful PR edits. One former friend of the couple said, when the cameras are off, they're totally different. Cold, strategic. It's all for show. Another said, every dinner, every joke. It might end up in a magazine. You stop feeling like a friend. You feel like content. That's when Kelly said something that stuck with everyone in the room. The more they try to convince us they're perfect, the more it seems like they're hiding something.
You've intentionally positioned yourself as the face of your many businesses, which obviously has a huge upside. You can feature Deadpool in these commercials. People know who you are. The downside is you cannot always control what the internet is saying about you.
What I love is he's like, oh, is this softball interviewer actually trying to go somewhere that I told her we're not allowed to go? He's like,
what the headlines are saying about you. So how has that media attention impacted your brand, your businesses?
Well, I mean, it's a good question. And she didn't ask the elephant in the room, but she kind of did, right? She's like, how does all the negative attention affect your businesses? Because if you scroll through the comments of this video, Team Justin all the way. But let's hear his response.
You know, no, it's like Tina Fey says, if you're feeling good about yourself, just go online. You know.
I mean, that's true, but of course he has to position himself right away as the victim.
Which is so true. Honestly, I give a lot of talks to students about storytelling and about, how you can do it in different buckets. You can do it in unexpected ways. My company's North Star is bringing people together in smart, fun, and unexpected ways. And when I do these talks, sometimes the last one I did, I mentioned that the greatest superpower I ever had in my life, I'm not talking about just my career or anything, was knowing who I am. And when you're young and you're in your 20s, you're trying, at least I was, you're trying on personalities like they're shirts. You're literally just, I'll be this person, I'll be that person. And one day you've stolen from 1,000, so you're a genius, not a thief. And
thank you for finally admitting you stole it from a lot of people.
Suddenly, people weren't watching Blake and Ryan the same way. They weren't seeing love. They were seeing strategy. They weren't seeing authenticity. They were seeing an empire built on illusion. In the hours and days after the gala, Blake and Ryan didn't address a single one of Kelly's claims directly. Instead, they leaned harder into curated posts, throwback photos, and happy couple moments. But the damage was done. A curtain had been pulled back. Megyn Kelly didn't just expose a couple, she exposed a system. One where celebrity stories are packaged like products, where influence is crafted in boardrooms, where families, friends, and even trauma are used as tools to build brand loyalty. The public started asking bigger questions. If Blake and Ryan are fake, who else is? How much of what we believe about our favorite stars is real? And when does storytelling cross the line into manipulation? Megyn Kelly may never be invited back to the Time 100 Gala, but she didn't come to network. She came to burn it all down. And in one brutal, unforgettable speech, she did. If this shocked you as much as it shocked Hollywood, hit that like button. And if you want more unfiltered truths like this, make sure to subscribe. We're just getting started.